Before you judge me as a butcher, a conqueror, or the terror of nations, listen to my voice. Before you call me a monster or a genius, walk beside me across the endless grasslands of the steppe. I did not inherit an empire. I did not rule from marble halls. I rose from hunger, betrayal, and exile, and I forged a world that had never existed before. Stay until the end, and you will understand this truth. I did not merely conquer the world. I changed how it moved. I am Genghis Khan. I was born in Temujin around the year 1162, near the cold waters of Lake Baikal. Legend says I entered this world clutching a clod of blood in my hand, a sign that heaven had marked me for greatness or destruction. My father, Yasuge, was a chieftain of the Borgegan clan. When I was 9 years old, he was poisoned by enemies. With his death, everything vanished. Our clan abandoned us. My mother, Helen, my brothers, and I were left to starve on the steppe, eating roots, fish, and scraps, hunted like animals by those who once called us kin. This is where my life was forged, not in comfort, but in survival. I learned early that loyalty was rarer than gold, and betrayal more common than wolves. I was captured by the Tejiat, my rivals. They locked me in a wooden collar and paraded me as a warning. But power does not always come from army. Sometimes it comes from the fire in a man's eyes. One night, I struck my guard down with that very collar and fled. A man who could have betrayed me chose instead to save me, risking his life because he saw something in me. That was the first lesson of my rule. Men follow strength, but they die for purpose. I gathered followers not through bloodline, but through loyalty. A wark who joined me without reward. Others followed. I married Bert, and she was stolen from me by the market. To recover her, I called upon Toguro, Kanafi Kirute, and Jamuka, my sworn brother. We were allies once, but the steppe does not tolerate two sons. Jamuka believed in noble blood. I believed in merit. Our friendship shattered, and with it, the Mongol world split in two. In the wars that followed, I learned a harsh truth. To unite the steppe, I had to destroy the old world that divided it. I exterminated rival aristocracies. I scattered defeated tribes among my people. I spared commoners and made them soldier. This was not cruelty without reason. It was surgery. The clans had to die so that a nation could be born. Those who betrayed their lords found no mercy. Those who submitted found protection. Fear was my weapon, but order was my goal. By the river Onan, in 1206, the steppe gathered. I was proclaimed Genghis Khan, universal ruler. In that moment, Mongolia ceased to be a land of tribes. It became a nation. I reorganized my people into units of tens, hundreds, and thousands. No man fought beside his clan, only beside his brothers in arms. I ruled by a law known as Yasa. Yasa was not written in stone. It was carved into memory. It demanded absolute discipline, loyalty above kinship, protection of messengers and merchants, religious tolerance, death for theft and betrayal. Under Yasa, a shepherd could rise higher than a noble. Merit replaced blood. This law made my army unstoppable and my empire possible. At first, I knew only conquest. Cities were strange to me. Fields were wasted. Walls were burned. But I was not blind. From defeated enemies, I learned the value of writing, the importance of craftsmen, the power of taxation over destruction. I created the YAM, an imperial communication network. Stations of fresh horses and supplies that allowed my orders to cross continents faster than any army. For the first time, an empire could breathe as one body. When the Khaism Shah murdered my merchants and mocked my envoys, he sealed his fate. What followed was terror, deliberate and absolute. Cities fell. Populations vanished. Resistance was erased. Fear traveled ahead of my armies like a shadow. Many surrendered without a fight and lived. This was psychological war. Mercy for obedience, annihilation for defiance. When the fires settled, something unexpected emerged. Trade flowed safely across Eurasia. Ideas traveled with merchants. Technologies crossed cultures. Historians would later call this Pax Mongolica. The same empire born in blood became the bridge between East and West, the first true global network of the medieval world. In 1227, during my final campaign against Ixia, I died. How? No one knows. Some say I fell from my horse. Some say a wound festered. Others whisper of illness. Even in death, I commanded secrecy. My burial place was hidden. Those who escorted my body killed all who crossed their path. The world would know my name, but never my grave. What was I? A destroyer of cities, a unifier of nations, a lawgiver, a terror, a builder of worlds. I did not exhaust my people. I chose my successor. I left behind an empire strong enough to conquer half the known world. Judge me if you must, but remember this. Before me, the steppe was chaos. After me, the world was connected. I am Genghis Khan, and the echo of my hooves still thunder across history. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, tell us which historical figure you'd like to hear tell their story next.